Hello, welcome everybody. All right, welcome everybody. Welcome to a special episode of the Spring Crusaders podcast. In a moment, we're gonna be bringing them panel. We're gonna be having some fun tonight.
Using Morgan Freeman.
There's no money here. It's just me. It's God talking to you.
Is this God?
Of course it is. So, in this episode, it's not gonna be Marvel Mondays. That's right, there was no intro. Instead, we're gonna be covering the whole year of 2022. Let's wait just a few more minutes until Mr. Joseph comes in.
Be a voice syndicator thingy, whatever you call those.
Alright. Well, while we wait to Mr. Joestar, let's bring in the rest of the panel. Joining us today is JT, Nizka.
Hey
How y'all
guys,
doing today?
doing well, recovering, but I'm so glad to be here and talking about 2022 and what a year it was.
Yeah. I really appreciate you coming in, even though you got the Rona, and still making time to talk to us. And how are you, Miss Cat?
Thank you.
Well, I am happy to be here. It's almost Christmas vacation, so I am ready to get done.
Oh yeah, you're all ready. And of course, we have the greatest co-host to ever be, the co-host of the Marvel Mondays on the Screen Crusaders podcast channel, Mr. Lemon. How you doing today?
I'm doing all right. In fact, one might even say that I'm doing incredible.
Incredible. So we got a first comment of the day. It is 5:30
And
for
what-
Clark.
Might
It
that
is.
comment be?
Well, you better be talking to God. And guess what, Clark? You are talking to God. God. All right. And the message is just star. It's sticking this sweet as star. We're gonna go ahead and begin. Also joining us today is the host of not only Marvel Monday, but the Screen Crusader channel in itself. Come on in, Tex-Lax Morty.
Oh, so it is. Our favorite puta.
Yes, it was.
From the man himself. And God delivered. Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Hey, look who showed up.
Mr. Joestar, you there?
Oh, yeah.
All right, you're late to the party.
Yeah. No, sorry. I was looking for my mic. I didn't know where the fuck I left it.
Oh no, what a shame.
Well, now you made me take even more time from being busy so I could introduce you. How you doing, Mr. Joestar?
I am doing great. How are you? Is it supposed to be... What's his face?
Morgan Freeman. Yes,
Morgan
it's
Freeman.
supposed to be
Hey,
God.
God.
It might be, it might not. Who
I
knows?
guess there's only one way of knowing, and we'll find
It
out
might
in due time.
just be the voices in your head.
I loved you in Shawshank.
Well, thank you.
I loved you, and back to the Penguins.
I think it was way better
And they
in
marched.
Bruce
And
Almighty.
they
though.
marched. And they marched.
Woods march, and they march.
That was pretty cool.
Wait, I was just talking to myself. Gosh darn it.
Yep.
Yep,
It's okay. We still heard you.
All right.
Yep.
So, like I was saying a second ago, sorry audience, is glad to have you guys here. We're going to do a different episode to cap the year off in the proper way by just doing not just Marvel this time, but a Screen Crusaders podcast, which will cover movies, games, TV show. It's free game as long as it's a part of the entertainment medium. So let's go ahead, and we already got the panel brought in by God himself. Doing
Thank you very much.
a very, very well thing. We'll cap off by having an announcer at the end as well. But let's get this episode started. So I'm gonna leave it up to you guys. How do you guys want to tackle this? Do you guys just want to do a free for all, or kind of break it down into segments? I'll give you first vote, Mr. Oyman.
Oh no! Why would you give me the first vote? I would rather JT or Johnny Boy 23.
All right, JT, do the honors. Cast the first vote. Do you want to do it in segments like movies, TVs, or games, or just free for all? We all just kind of say a few of our top moments and a few of the low points of the year.
I think as a panel, it'd be great to kind of piggyback off each other. So just have a free for all, and we can kind of keep the conversation going and everything. So because we might have, the same list as our worst and our best. So if we don't, we can just bounce it off. So let's have a free for all.
Couldn't
You
have
guys
said it
agree?
better myself.
Yeah.
All right. So let's get this rolling. All right. So who wants to go first? All right. Actually, no. This time it's you, co-host, Mr. Oyman. You'll go first.
All right.
What do you got as
pick
cooking?
me to go first?
Because you're the co-host.
Okay. I'm the co-host here, and I'm gonna go first. So, 2022 was 2 years after the coronavirus pandemic had started. The year 2022 was 2 years into the decade of the 20s. And no, we don't mean the 1920s. Indeed, the year 2022 is now in the current present. However, it is coming to an end, and we will soon be in the year 2022.
Are you mocking me?
No, I'm not. If I was mocking you, I would have talked a little bit slower.
Boy, you better stop it. Are you gonna feel my wrath?
Okay.
Boy, you what?
I said you better stop it. Don't make me go, damn it.
That's really
All
cool.
right.
I really enjoy that.
Well, I won't piss you off anymore. So are we just talking about 2022 in general, or just like media, or what?
It's up to you.
Mr. Host, what would you say?
Well, we'll like go over some of the most notable stuff. Obviously, we got a big slew of info for DC that made things quite spicy this past week, but we'll get to that later. Right now, just not even with your top one, just like let's say in your top three, start off with either movie, show, or if you played any games. What was one of your favorite pieces of entertainment medium this year?
So this year was a very strong year for movies and TV, at least on my end. Definitely some stinkers this year. I'm sure we'll get to those. But as far as like movies go, I would say like, oh man, there've been a lot of good ones. But I guess I would say for like I would have my personal favorite movie of the year, and then what I considered to be the best movie of the year, and then maybe the best cinematic experience of the year. The best like overall movie, I've kind of tied with two different movies. One is Everything Everywhere All at Once, and one is Pearl. I enjoyed both of these movies very, very much, and they're both very different from each other, but still both pretty original. They're both A24 movies, and I know that Everything Everywhere All at Once has picked up a lot of steam, and it might get some Oscar attention or awards attention, which would be kind of cool because I think it definitely deserved it. Pretty fun, pretty silly.
That's why he's the GOAT!
Yeah, no, I actually, that's on one of my top parts.
Liz.
What the hell is that in the background?
It's the GOAT. The guy's screaming that's why he's the GOAT.
Gotcha.
The MVP.
Of course.
I was like, what the hell's going on back there?
My personal favorite movie of the year would probably be Doctor Strange 2. It worked for me on so many levels. Loved the fuck out of it. I don't even care. It's not the best movie of the year, but it's definitely my favorite. Just in terms of like giving me what I kind of wanted and didn't really truly expect to get. But obviously, for me, by far the biggest like cinematic experience of the year and in a while was Avatar 2. I mean, this movie, I actually saw it again. Did see it in like the high frame rate Dolby 3D, which had some issues with only because of like it going in and out of really looking crystal clear and very smooth, and then having very noticeably choppy shots,
Yeah, I
which
told
looked
you.
lower than 24 frames.
It's
Yeah, no,
weird.
it was
It's
like
really
should
weird.
have just had the whole thing be in the high frame rate, then it would have.
No, not even that. Just be it in the lower one. I feel like the high frame rate, it's for movies and shows, it just something's weird about it. It just doesn't translate as well as like, let's say, like gaming wise, where you do want high frame rates. In movies, it's just like, that's weird.
I will say for sure it did look very sped up at times, and it did look like a video game cutscene, a very good one, but video gaming nonetheless. But it was very distracting with it going back and forth. With like, for like the lower frame rate scenes looked, because I first saw the movie in 3D, but it was 24 frames, so it looked consistent the whole way through, and it looked cinematic. The second time seeing it, it was like noticeably choppy, and it would be random shots in the middle of like an action scene or something where I'm like, you didn't finish that. This whole thing should have just been video game. And so it looked like it was buffering or something. But what I really liked about Avatar 2, more so on my second viewing, was like issues that I had with the plot and the script and all that. There were things that I was picking up on my second viewing that I was like, oh, I'm actually kind of glad that they did explain that. I just sort of missed it because so much is happening. It's a packed 3-hour long movie. But while there were things about it that I didn't love, mostly that it was like a little too derivative of the first one, and all the human characters kind of suck. I'm just not a fan of any of them. But luckily, they're not like the main focus of the movie, so it was kind of easy to look past that. But just the amount of detail and work and like everything about how this movie is presented from a visual standpoint is just, to me, it was jaw-dropping. It was just like, I literally felt like I was watching at times a nature documentary on an alien planet. And I thought that the action scenes were extremely well directed. As we all know, James Cameron's very good at that. These were some of the best directed action scenes, especially in the high frame rate. I could follow everything going on a lot smoother and clearer than I did the first time around. And yeah, I really thought that this was absolutely the best cinematic like experience I've had in years.
All right, I know you've seen it, Miss Cap. How would you feel about it? Without getting into, obviously, since it is fresh.
Yeah. No, after like waiting like 13 years for this movie, honestly, it was kind of worth the wait. Visually stunning. And just like a really solid like 8 out of 10.
Yeah.
I said probably if I watched it again, I know the script was a little lackluster. I think like the visuals make up for it. You know, there was like so much going on and like so much world building that like you kind of like don't even notice like what they're saying and the script wise is, you know.
Yeah.
But it kind of, like I said, the visuals make up for it, and like the action sequence were there and stuff, but it like took a minute to like get to where they wanted to go. You know.
In the
They
middle,
kind of like builded upon it. Yeah, it took about probably like an hour and a half to get to exactly what we're trying to get to. So, but definitely a solid 8 out of 10.
That's what I give it to. But I did love it a lot. Like,
Yeah.
definitely want to see it a third time. It was that good.
Yeah. I unfortunately didn't care too much for it. I thought the visuals were pretty stunning and really pretty. Like I would put some of those shots as screensavers in the back. But like you guys pointed out, it's the story. I feel like, man, Cameron taking like 13 years to write that out. I feel like he could have written something a little better with more substance to it. And the characters themselves, I barely remember anyone other than the ones that were in the first movie. And unfortunately, that spider kid, which I did not care for that spider kid. He was like the worst part of the movie. And he's the only character that's new that I remember. I hated it. I'm like, no, why can't I remember some of the more interesting characters? But no, overall, I would personally say it's definitely worth the watch in theaters. That's going to be the best way to watch it. Because even at home, you might still see some really pretty like scenery and such like that, but it's not going to be the same as watching it on the big screen. So if you get a chance, even though it wasn't,
Watch it, yeah.
it didn't hit the same way for me. I would highly recommend that just giving it one watch at least while it's out in theaters, because you will
Should definitely see it in Dolby, even
Yeah.
if it's not 3D, either 2D or 3D in Dolby. The sound and the clarity of the picture was just amazing.
And
Like watching an LED TV the size of like a movie theater.
from my personal opinion too, I would not recommend it in the high frame rate. I personally wish I would have gotten
really?
like Mr. Oyman, where he said he was able to watch it all in one frame rate across the board, because it's
Look more cinematic. For
yeah, and it's very
Yeah.
jarring at times when it's jumping back and forth very, very fast. Like you'll get multiple jumps in within one scene, and it's very distracting.
A lot of it looked good though in the high frame rate. Not all of it though.
Not all of it, but some of it did. Some is like you said, especially the later on action sequences. Those definitely
Yes.
benefited from that. But in turn, I feel
Underwatched stuff, too.
yeah. In turn, though, I feel like if they would have just gave the 24 frames per second mode and that's it, I would have been perfectly fine with that. But moving on, what about you, Mr. Joe Star? You haven't gotten to say much. What would be some of your top three things that you could think of off the top of your head from any of those three mediums that we were talking about?
Well, as far as it goes, like I've kind of had like a little bit of a break in a few things, because like I've had to really watch my money since everything, we all know that everything went up. So literally it just seems that like video games have gone so high up that like you have to now buy, if you want a brand new game, it's like $80. And it's pretty ridiculous, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like I want to buy stuff, but then like I have to kind of sit there and just wait for it to go on sale. But I still look at some of the videos and I really wish that I could like play them, because like I know recently it was that the Protocol, what was it?
Oh, Callisto Protocol?
Yes. So that one was a game that I was like really, really interested in. Unfortunately, right now, like I said, like I'm still trying to wait for it to go on sale. Hopefully, they do on Christmas or something, so I can hopefully stream that, because like that, it was just, you know, something of a mix of like from what they told me, it was kind of like Dead Space, which I did love Dead Space. Definitely, that one was a good one that I've heard. I did get a few mixed reviews for it.
I was gonna say I would personally wait for a sale, because I have that game and it's definitely solid. It's a good start for this company. That definitely, since they were the original creators of the Dead Space, they took a lot of inspiration from it, but it's not as well crafted as Dead Space was. There's a lot of weird choices that they make, especially the melee combat. You would think it's mainly a shooter like Dead Space. No, the melee combat is what they force you kind of to start using a lot, and it's not a very good combat system. So you'll find yourself dying for no reason a lot of the time. So I would say wait on sale. It's not a horrible game, but it's definitely not as good as I was hoping it would be when because I was pumped. I love Dead Space. That's one of my favorite games of all time.
Yeah.
If anything, I'd say save your money for the remake coming out next month for that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because they're gonna add the stuff that they cut out from the original game, and I feel like Callisto Protocol, I bought it. I don't completely regret buying it, but I will say if I could help, like you in your case where you're looking forward to it but you don't want to pay full price, I could guarantee you just wait a few months and snag it on a sale.
That's cool. See, because like that's like the best thing though, because like I'm still iffy about that, because like I don't. The cool thing about now these days, like I mean, well, if you own a game, it's your game. So if you have your profile, it'll go with you until it's finally over. You know what I'm saying? But it's also the bad part is like if you buy a game online, like I mean, if it's shitty, you're kind of just stuck with it. So it's one of those big things that I'm just kind of like, I can't just spend $80 or $60 anymore just to just get one thing out. Now, if it's something like Grand Theft Auto 6, I would definitely just right off the bat just give them my soul. But other than that, like I mean, like another game that I really just wanted to freaking play would be like the what is it? I believe it's called High on Life, and it's from the creators of Rick and Morty.
Yeah, High on Life. You don't have Game Pass?
No, my thing got over. Like
Oh,
I did
okay.
have it for a little
I was
bit.
gonna say
Yeah,
you could
I
just
had it
sign up
for a
for like
little.
$1 and try it out there for a month or so. That's probably what I'm gonna be
Yeah,
doing. Cause I didn't
I
I let my Game Pass lapse because I wasn't using it much, but I might resub it just for that one game, and then cancel it again.
I had a what was it? I did. What's so cool about Xbox though? I will say like they're like, hey, do it for $1, and like they gave me 3 months, and like I was like, holy shit, 3 months for $1? Screw it. And so like I had it for 3 months, and that's how I got to play Guardians of the Galaxy. And it was just like so fun.
Yeah.
And then I was super excited about that, and I was really bummed out about Alien too, because like Alien, that Elite Bravo, whatever the hell, like I've been waiting for an Alien game to be really good, and like that was repetitive as shit. But yeah, I mean, like other than that, like that was just another game that I really wanted to play, was like the Rick and Morty shooter game, because like it has so much dialogue, and all your little guns like have their own little thing. And what is it? His name is JB Smooth is one of the guns and stuff like that, and it's like super funny the whole way through. Like good adventure game, and like a bunch of gross shit, because it's, I mean, let's face it, Rick and Morty, it doesn't really keep it really PG at
Oh
all.
no, yeah, it's
But
very raunchy.
yeah, because like I mean, I know there's like I've seen a couple of videos where you have to like shove your weapon up like a alien's butthole, and it's really weird. But yeah, other than that, like I mean, movie wise, I will say, and I agreed with uh Mr. Oyman that what's it called, the Doctor Strange was actually one of my favorite ones this year. Second best, I will say this, and I know this is kind of weird because I just recently saw it. Because just to let you know, it's on HBO Max. Is Black Adam? Black Adam was actually really cool for me. I thought that was like a better one, a better DC movie that I've seen. Since like, well, shit, what was the last good one that they had?
Suicide Squad.
The Suicide Squad.
Oh
Okay,
yeah,
yeah. I'll take that. I'll take that.
I
Yeah,
beg
because
to differ
Suicide
with
Squad
that.
was actually pretty cool. I did like the whole Starro thing, and then they actually came out with the show with like what's it called, Peacemaker.
Peacemaker.
Yeah, and that was great too. That was good shit right there. And I thought they were doing great, but I think I heard that, well, was it that Peacemaker canceled, and then
I think everything.
nah, and then
yeah, they're
everything
cleaning
is
house.
canceled. Yeah, so as far as it goes, man, like, yeah, we're going back and forth with like a bunch of good stuff, and
Yeah.
now that we have somebody new, like we're just starting from scratch, which I do hope, like, it's that this is purely fan stuff. That one of the biggest things that I really wish is that, like, for Flash, they just kind of cut the actor out, and then they actually bring in the Flash from the CW, because like that would be
Grant
like the
Gustin is
coolest.
great.
Yeah, like that would
Yeah.
be the coolest thing ever. And I really do hope that maybe if they even think about it, like we've talked about it before, is that actually maybe even think about doing a Flashpoint, and maybe doing like the whole the DC war, you know what I'm saying? So it could be like a
Mhm.
big old thing, because I bet you anything, like if they actually do that, they will get out of the fucking dirt. Like, they will get out of the dirt. They will actually have people to be interested in DC all over again, but they just got to do it right. No, I know that they're coming out with Blue Beetle, and I don't know about the Flash. It's on and off, but definitely there are some things to look forward to. But as far as it goes, that's basically just my top picks.
Yeah, for some reason though, the Flash is happening, but they're cutting off the cameos from. I heard the cameos from Henry Cavill and Gal Gadot, which makes no sense. At that point, it's because you're rebooting the whole thing and starting from scratch. But then, what's the point of releasing the whole movie? Either just
Well, they probably had scenes with Gal Gadot and Henry Cavill that were supposed to tease future movies. So they probably took those out, and they're just going to use The Flash as like a whole DCEU wrap-up kind of movie.
Well, I just feel like they should just give it to us as it is, teases it or not, because at the end of the day, we all know what's gonna happen. We all know. Might as well just give it to us in its entirety, how it was meant to be.
Yeah, but then you get like the end of Snyder Cut, which had 40 minutes of setup that went, this is gonna go nowhere.
Yeah, that shit
but
was so stupid.
all I
Like,
know
no
is that
offense, like I like the scenery. It was nice. Like, it was a little bit, darker, gloomy looking. But the thing was, it's like one scene was just slow motion so much that I was like, what? Like, am I literally looking at Wonder Woman going in super slow mo for like 3 minutes? Like, that's fucking stupid. I didn't understand that shit.
what was I
Did
gonna
not care
say?
for it.
So did y'all see though? Quick sidetrack, but it does go to the entertainment. How fast the Rock has turned on Black Adam. He went from like hyping it up to unfollowing them on social media, and it went on to HBO Max. And if they were continuing that thing, he would have been like, "Oh, my movie's now on HBO Max. It's all over. Go watch it. Go watch it right now." But he hasn't said a
He
peep.
stopped promoting it.
Hell, I got an exclusive interview with him right there. Mr. Rock, what do you think about your movie Black Adam?
And I've got to say, in all honesty, it's the biggest piece of dog shit.
Oh, whoa. The Rock, come on.
Man,
You don't have to be so mean
Come
to your movie, man. It wasn't that bad. You don't have to turn on it just because they're not making a sequel. God, he's very salty, man. The Rock is just so salty today. Get out of here, Rock. Get out of here. Don't make me get Morgan Freeman to kick your ass out.
Dude, I'd be pissed too, though. Like, I mean, honestly, like, it was actually good. Like, it was actually a little bit darker than I thought it would be, because, like, he legitly killed, like, people, and he just blew them the hell up, broke them all around. Like, I mean, it was just crazy. And the fact that, like, they didn't want to, like, pursue any more with him, like, I mean, it's just kind of stupid. Like, I mean, why do that? Like, I mean, if
It
the
underperformed.
but I mean, like, it's not like the worst movie. I mean, like, I would have rather taken this than like Zack Snyder's crap. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, don't get me wrong. It was okay for the little extended shit. Still, like, it wasn't the biggest thing in the world where everybody would be like, "Oh my god, this is the new Infinity War," and that's what they were trying to do, and it was so stupid. I just, I don't know, man. It's dog shit.
Yep.
Biggest
piece of
dog shit ever.
And I've got to say, in all honesty,
The Rock, you're back. You're back. Damn it, get
it's
out
the
of here.
biggest piece of dog shit.
Shut it down!
Oh, shit. I didn't know we had James Gunn in the house.
Shut it down!
But,
Stupid.
but anyways, no, like I am a little bit disappointed, like you said, that because I did surprisingly enjoy Black Adam myself. I thought Dr. Fate, Hawkman were pretty cool. Black Adam, I mean, you got The Rock. It was as good as you're gonna get with The Rock.
Yeah, I will say that. Yeah.
It was surprisingly, I guess, one of his better performances, even though it wasn't that great. But it is what it is. He was just there to be buff. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
so
It's
you
better
got-
than having Vin Diesel pop up and be like, "We need family up in here."
but
Family.
so let's. And did you say your three things for right now, or did you have one more?
That was your number 2.
Yeah, that was number 2. Or do you want to save number 1 for later?
Well, like my number one. Well, I thought I do.
Well, let's
Or
save
just
our
like,
number. Let's save
You already
number
did
1s
1
for
and
later.
2, so.
Yeah, let's save 1 for later. I know Mr. Oyman
Okay.
got ahead of
I thought you
himself.
already gave your number 1 and 2, so it would be your number 3, unless you have a
No,
different.
he went from the
No.
bottom up.
Yeah,
Oh.
no. I went from top to bottom because, like,
Oh,
I
okay.
actually enjoyed Doctor Strange the most.
Yeah, that's
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no. And then Black Adam was my second. For my third, like, I mean, there wasn't really that many great movies other than, like, well, I will say, you know what? I'll agree with Mr. Oyman about that whole because, like, I mean, I'm still keeping it into like a DC Marvel base, but Everything and Everywhere, all at once. That one was so fucking good. It was
Right?
damn
So
amazing. So amazing, and it was so funny, like all these different characters, and plus we get to see the dude from the Goonies, like, yeah, like he like came back, and it's I
He was
mean, oh
wonderful
my
in
God,
that.
it's so sad because he's gotten old, and of course it's gonna happen, but you're just kind of like, oh my God, look at him, he's still making us laugh, and he's like so funny, and like his character, like the
Still
fact
got
that
that
they made him
boyish
like,
little
yeah,
boy.
yeah, exactly. Like he still has his same charm as he did as a young cat. Like I mean, it's just it's so amazing that we actually get to see him again and to be in this movie. Like oh my gosh, it was. I really do hope he comes out a little bit more because I would love to see more of him. Like it's just. He's kind of like one that kind of came back, and it was just kind of like seeing Jackie Chan because Jackie Chan was one of the dudes that I followed like throughout the years. But still, though, it was a good movie. Good movie. I would definitely recommend it to people, and that would be my third.
Yeah, that's a good pick. That's definitely a
Yeah,
good pick.
nice.
How about you, Miss Cap? What's on your list for this year?
Oh man. So I'm gonna dip into TV shows because I'm more of a TV show watcher. I love movies, but I normally watch them with JT whenever he recommends something. So honestly, my top three are more TV show based bingeable watches. Um, but I give it up to my top three this year. One thing I gotta give it up to Stranger Things season 4. I know
Yeah,
sometimes
that's
we
good.
really don't like the direction it went, but I really liked it.
It was a great
It
season.
was
Yeah.
really a good season. Like it wasn't the best out of the 4 seasons so far, but it definitely was enjoyable.
Really,
Long
Puppet of Masters was
got
like brought back, man.
Yes.
Yeah, Puppet of Masters, like because of that, I will say
yeah.
because of that
Yo, that
show,
scene was
like
dope.
that shit went skyrocketed right back up, and then the other song too, the woman one,
Yeah,
Run up
running
the
up that
hill,
hill
baby.
by
Run up the
Kate
hill.
Bush. Yes.
yeah, like two songs came back, made a comeback because of that damn show. Like,
They still
cannot
play it
stop
on the
hearing
radio.
that.
I still hear
Yeah,
it.
because of that. Like, I mean, to be honest, I rarely heard it, but now that like because Stranger Things, they brought it back and they're playing it on the radio too, and it's crazy because
Yeah.
that was a damn
like-
good show.
I downloaded an '80s playlist. I think it was either last year or the year before. I think it was in 2020, and that song was on there. So I was like, been jamming to that song the last few years, and then it shows up on the show. It was just kind of funny. I was like, oh wow, what do you know?
All right, and what
But
else
yeah,
is
no-
on your list? Or if you're not done with Stranger Things, keep going. But let's bring it back to you, Miss Cap.
No,
Sorry.
I say definitely. Another one very surprising was Wednesday. I really loved Wednesday. Like
Mm.
I love that like supernatural shit where like it's a mystery as well.
It's like a murder mystery.
Mhm.
Was really really well done, and like Jenny Ortega does an excellent job as Wednesday Adams. And it's just like I just love mystery that has a hint of like supernatural in it. It's just like it's like the perfect niche for me. So like that's definitely like very high this year. And my going into movies now was the Batman.
Ooh, yeah.
Really?
Oh, man, I keep forgetting.
Yes,
That one's in my top 10 for sure.
Yeah,
really
man.
enjoyed the Batman. Honestly, and the 3 hours going and watching it at like 7 o'clock at night and not leaving until like 11 was totally worth it. Really loved the Batman. It was really super well done, and I hope to see more. If possible, I don't even know anymore.
I think we will.
But
Well, for sure.
I hope so, because honestly, Robert Pattinson was such a surprising
He
pick
was.
for like Bruce Wayne. But
Oh.
like seeing him on screen and how he portrayed him was like, I want more of you. No, so definitely, I know, very surprising pick, but like I got to get up to Batman. It was really good.
I was thinking about that movie earlier today and how I definitely want. Like, it was either between Robert Pattinson or Nicholas Hoult was going to get the role, and I'm glad it was Pattinson because I thought
Pattinson. Yeah, I don't
James
think
Gunn.
Nick Hope would have done very well.
me neither.
If you're out there listening, you better knock out for the Batman too. Or you're gonna get a can, or you're gonna get me to open the can of whoop ass.
Fan of whoop ass.
Sure,
Oh,
hope
yeah.
not, man. Me that sequel. I mean, for real. They set up way too much stuff for us not to get a sequel.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
very good
I
stuff.
mean, I will. I would say like it was good, but the thing is, it's honestly it wasn't. I don't know. Like I remember how I told you guys. I don't know if you guys remember, but even discussing this before. Like I'm just like really tired of like opening stuff for like Batman. They keep on doing like origins, like, and that's cool, but I just want it to keep going. Like if they want to keep Robert Pattinson, okay, cool. But can we just keep it going? Cuz like I don't want to
Hold on.
see.
Time out. Time out. I'm
Okay,
speaking,
what?
all right?
Oh
Hold
shit!
on.
You
John
Oh
activated
shit.
JT.
Joestar.
Oh shit.
You
I'm
activated
stirring up
his
the
trap
pot.
card.
Hold on, John Joestar. The Batman was not an origin story, right? He was Batman for like a few years when this movie
Yeah.
started. He was just getting his groove on, you know? His best friend was John freaking Gordon in the GCPD, right? Come
Yeah,
on, man.
yeah,
That's not
yeah.
an origin story. If you want an
I mean,
origin
Yeah, he
story,
had already captured Joker, and we didn't even
I
see it.
know, right? So anyway, whew,
but
I'm
still, like,
JT. Welcome
I'm
back.
just saying, like,
God,
I'm just
man.
saying, like, it's just still the like the beginning part. You know what I'm saying? Like, where the
Yeah.
fuck is
Yeah.
Clayface? Where the fuck is like,
Mad Hatter.
Two Face and Bane and Ivy
Like, you have to
and
build
like.
something from the ground
Thing is,
up, man.
Yeah,
But
they
that's
already
what I'm saying,
introduced
though.
like two or three.
That's what I'm
Introduced
saying.
3
It's too
villains.
I
much.
think this was more of a take of like his early years. Like normally we would see like either his origin how he first starts out, or like, it's years later and he's already a seasoned veteran and lost lots of people and stuff.
This was
Like
like a
this is
real.
a good
This
it
was a
me
detective
more
Batman.
of a more of a
Yeah.
detective
Okay.
than a crime fighter. You know?
Yeah, I'll give it that. I'll give it that. No, like I'm not saying it was like a terrible movie or anything like that. I did enjoy it. It was really good, well made, very dark and
Yeah.
very fucking brutal. Very
Yes, it
brutal with
was.
like just fucking ground and pounds. Like Jesus Christ. I mean, it was like UFC. He was just
Mm-hmm.
sitting there just taking these dudes out.
I will
Very
say,
good.
I
doesn't
will,
like
I
doesn't have the same entertainment value as like
but
Black Adam. Though.
but I will say
yeah,
though,
yeah,
I think
yeah.
we could all agree that the best introduction to like Batman on screen was like the first like 10 minutes of that movie. Like
Yes.
when they were going
Yeah,
through the
yeah.
city introducing Gotham, and then it all builds
cool.
up to him beating the shit out of those guys in the subway. Like I don't think we've
Yeah.
gotten a better introduction to a Batman other than that.
Yeah.
But that's the thing is, it's like what I considered the origin thing. It was just the fact that like these people had just barely known who the hell this dude was. Like, I mean,
He
weren't
didn't have
some of them
a
like?
reputation.
Yes, and that's what I'm saying. Is just like if he had already captured the Joker, shouldn't he have had more of a rep where people would be like, "Holy shit!"
That's a good
You know
point.
what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
I mean, like if you capture the Joker, that's his arch nemesis. Like that's that's his counterpart. Like that's the top dog.
However,
Who's underneath?
I have a feeling this Joker was like this was Joker before he even became Joker. So he's like the start of Joker as well as the start of Batman. So he captured him kind of right away before he could really become the Joker. And we'll see him become Joker later on. Maybe.
But see, like that's like a step. That's like a weird step backwards. Like why even do that? Like that's so retarded. It's
Want to
like
try
I
something
mean,
new, I guess.
It's because we already.
no,
I
no,
think
no.
it's because
I
we
get
already
that.
like got like a good Joker, you know, a
Yeah,
couple of years
we've
ago,
gotten to see so many
We're getting
versions
and
another
of
one.
we've
Joker.
seen it. That's also repetitive. Like we always see it, so it's like is this the start of something new and maybe like new
Newly told.
Yeah,
or untold villain storylines that we haven't even heard from. Like I think I was
okay.
talking to like JT about it, we we're like, speculating what like the sequel would be. Like hopefully we do like the Court of Owls. Like we haven't
Yeah.
Yo,
seen
that'd be
that on
cool.
That'd be
screen
cool.
And it
That
would
would be
fit
all,
cool.
this universe perfectly.
and
Oh,
it,
yeah.
Yeah.
it it would definitely. And like we were like, if it is Court of Owls, like we have to do it justice, and that's something we have not
Like it's
seen on
dark.
screen almost at all.
Yeah.
Very very rarely.
Dude, that
He
would be pretty
hinted at
cool.
one point, but never fully as a full on like
My hope
storyline.
My hope would be
Yeah.
that since they're introducing new DC like cast, right? So they're gonna recast Superman, recast Batman again for the DC
Ugh.
universe. But hope is that if they do that and introduce yet again another new Batman, I hope they continue with this series with the Pattinson, Matt Reeves
think it
movies and
will.
make them like R-rated though, like really cater to adults with it. Because then you can still have the kid-friendly Batman with the other Justice League characters, and then you have this solo Batman, which is like dark and gritty as fuck.
Yeah.
I
I
agree.
thought but like even then, like I thought they were doing a good approach because as rated R goes, like I
This
mean
one didn't
that's
need to be
just
rated R though.
yeah. I mean like Black Adam was like pretty rough even for like for what that was because it wasn't rated R, but definitely there was
Really
like
pushed
people
the
blown to
envelope.
bits. Yeah, like they blew people to bits in that one, and it was just fucking awesome. Cause
Great. Now I can watch it. My goodness.
oh man, what's on HBO Max? You gotta watch it. It's so good. And
List.
I don't want to say more about it
Well,
now that
Miss
I didn't
Cap,
even realize you didn't
think
watch
of it
it.
this
So,
way: if you like those old, like kind of cheesy early 2000 angsty superhero movies, this feels like it's jumped straight, like it was dragged from that era, and I mean that in the best way possible. Like
Okay.
Or Ghost Rider.
Yeah,
All
like
those were kind of brutal.
Yeah, Ghost Rider type of thing.
yeah, but it's like campy,
Okay.
cheesy while being brutal and mopey at moments, but it was very well done in my opinion.
What? I'm actually looking forward to seeing it again now that it's on TV.
Yeah.
I thought you were
And,
gonna say
like,
a sequel. I was about
I-
to be like, "Oh, Mr. Wyman."
Yeah, no sequel. Oh,
I mean, like, I know no sequels, but like, I at least hope they have the right decency to actually put it in Shazam. Because honestly, that would be really cool.
Wait, no, I see. So that's the
What?
thing with Shazam, because if Shazam 2 is
Oh
yet
shit! Are we getting a Shazam sequel?
we're getting Shazam 2
yeah,
in
in like a few months.
Yeah, we are.
Then, like, are
Yep.
they going to recast Shazam in the new DC universe, or just keep
I
the
don't
same?
No.
I think
No.
I literally think the
Sure,
best
hope
case
not.
scenario. No, I think the best case scenario right now is to just, if you're gonna no more half-assing it. If you already said you're gonna clear house, just clear house. Like at that point, because then it's gonna piss off a bunch of different people. Like, hey, if you kept that person, why didn't you keep these people? If you kept
Henry Cavill and Gal
Yeah.
Gadot and-
yeah, why do you keep
Because,
your pet projects like Peacemaker, but you got rid of Cavill, which was a fan favorite, stuff like that. Like it was.
They got rid of Cavill. That means they're getting rid of everyone. Though.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
No, I was
We'll see.
like, I myself was livid
'Cause, like,
about that.
Because like we'll let you know. Like I mean, I am the action figure guy as much as Mr.
yeah.
Wyman,
Hell yeah.
and Shazam is actually all of DC are made by McFarlane, which that company's still coming out with the new Shazam figure, and it's him himself. It's the one from the movies. So I'm actually expecting it to be that same actor to actually be playing it. I mean, like that would really suck because, like, I mean, he just lost a buttload of money. Like, I mean,
No.
he's gonna be
This is what
saying
I think is
Shazam.
happening. I think all of these actors that they're recasting for the new DC things, or all the new characters they're recasting, they're going to the older actors like Momoa and Cavill and Ben Affleck, and they're just gonna be like, "Hey, we have something else in mind for you. You're gonna be doing a totally different character. Maybe Ben Affleck can direct a movie now." But it just will be different from what they. So that way, we as the fans will still get to see them in the DC universe. They'll just all be different characters.
Yeah.
But
Look,
that's just a
could you
Yeah,
imagine like
I know Momoa's gonna
Batman,
be
like-
Lobo.
He's got to be.
Yeah,
Oh, that would be so
No, 'cause
crazy.
Really nice.
Before all this shit hit the fan, he said, "Oh, I'm super excited. I'm finally gonna get to do my the project I always wanted to do with DC. It's my favorite character." And if you go back in previous interviews, he stated multiple times that his favorite character of DC is Lobo. So if you put two and two together, it makes sense that he's gonna.
I'm almost certain we're gonna get Cavill again. It just won't be him as Superman. It'll be him in a whole new role. It'll be a few years from now. It won't be like right away.
Nah, I feel like they're gonna try to No Way Home his ass and keep him like he's gonna be busy doing other stuff, and then when you least expect it, like Crisis on Infinite, yeah, like he's gonna come in and Crisis on Infinite Earths or Kingdom Come or something and be like older man Superman, like gray streaks on the side of his hair.
That would be cool.
Nice. Yeah.
But
I mean, like I honestly, like though, I really do hope that they do actually use him more because like he was such a good Superman. Like they really did justice with him. Like I mean, yeah, he was, and honestly, it would just be so shitty to just drop him off like that because I mean, it's one of those people. It's one of those actors, kind of like like Black Panther, where like you don't really see
Yeah.
anybody else. You don't really see anybody else playing that role. And no offense to that dude from like the show, what was it that Lewis
Superman and
and
Lois.
Clark? Yeah,
Superman
Superman
Lois,
and
yeah.
Lewis. Like
Mhm.
that's cool, but
That's a good
like
job. He's not a movie.
like yeah,
He's
yeah.
good as
Like
great
it's
value Superman. Like like you go to the Walmart and you're like, some of those great
Like,
value
it'll
stuff are
do.
pretty good. Like
It looks
they're
what it
actually
needs to
like
be.
great value tortillas, man. You taste them, you're like, hey, that ain't bad. I enjoy that. But it's not like homemade tortillas like Cavill over here. Like
yeah,
Yeah.
Marie homemade
Yeah.
tortillas, Cavill.
Look here, it's
could you guys tell I'm
he's
kind of hungry?
He's TV Batman. You're gonna get what you get for TV. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Nah,
Yeah,
when
you
I saw
do,
that
you
news
do.
though, I was like, I was super pissed off. I was a mixture between that.
Oh god.
Oh, wrong button.
Yeah.
No.
I was all over the place.
Okay.
Wait.
No, I was super
Okay.
pissed off.
But can you imagine? Can you guys imagine this though? Like, I mean, if they actually did Lobo versus Superman, because like that was the only dude that like he had really big troubles with. Like he couldn't even control Lobo, and like he had a hard time fucking fighting his ass. Like in the series, like of the Superman series, like he got his ass kicked. He was like one of the first ones that I've seen where Lobo actually kicked Superman's ass, and I was like, shit.
Jason
And,
Momoa needs to come out and do interviews and say, now that he's Lobo, he should be like the hierarchy of the DC universe is about to change.
Oh my god!
And I've got
yeah.
to say, in all
No, if they did,
honesty,
like,
All right, so
Man of-
so I haven't said
It's the
anything about
biggest
my
piece of
top
dog
3.
shit.
Yeah,
Since
yeah,
everybody else gone.
Yeah. Go
But
ahead.
I think for me is Everything Everywhere All at Once. I saw it with Mr. Oyman for the first time in theaters, and I was just in awe about how much fun it was to see a good old multiverse movie. Besides, Doctor Strange coming out later on in the year, but like a cool multiverse movie about heavy themes of family, acceptance, like how to deal with your loved ones. I'm like, dude, this is heavy. And then like all of a sudden, I told Miss Cap about it. Like, hey, Miss Cap, we have to watch this in theaters. She was like, okay. So we watched it together. Then we had a great discussion about everything. So that's number 1 on my list. Number 2 is the Batman. I enjoyed that movie a lot. I think to me it's the best superhero movie of the year.
Okay.
okay.
I really think so. For the reason is because it's the soundtrack.
Ooh,
I
yeah.
think
Mm.
I think the soundtrack.
Yo, Michael
and the
Giacchino, man.
environment-
Holy.
Yeah, I think the soundtrack and the environment kind of creates a kind of cinematic, like cool space where like conflicted space where Batman, like, you don't know, like, he's gonna become good or bad and everything. And also a third one is I just watched this movie today. I thought that was really interesting. It's a stop motion by Guillermo del Toro. It's called Pinocchio. It's on Netflix. It's really pretty. It's a really dark.
Neat little movie. It was dark.
Yeah, it's dark. This depiction of Pinocchio, and I enjoyed it. I think it should be nominated for animated movie of the year or the movie The Sea Beast, which also came out on Netflix. That was
Oh,
really
Sea Beast is
That one
great.
wasn't bad. It was a lot better
Wait,
than
what
I thought it
movie?
would be. Sea Beast. It was pretty cute.
The Sea Beast on Netflix.
Really
The hell
good.
is Sea Beast?
It's a Netflix
on
original.
Netflix.
It's was
Never
it
heard of
Gerard Butler that was the voice, or who voiced the?
It was
What's it about?
Kevin. I think his name is Kevin something.
Coming something, yeah.
What the hell is Sea Beast?
Well, just so the movie is about
Never heard of it. Not a movie. What the fuck, Netflix?
what's so funny?
I've never heard of
He
it.
just
it's
kept
John
saying it
Cena.
over and over.
It's-
He's like, "What the hell is DB?"
It's called Urban.
He's like
Call-
completely clueless. Like I'm clueless too, but still, like. It was
Go
just
ahead, go
funny,
ahead,
I'm
go
sorry.
ahead.
It's
Okay,
Carl
go ahead.
Urban
Sea
that does
Beast.
the thing. Yeah,
Carl Urban. Yeah.
he's the voice of the main guy.
It's called The Sea Beast.
It's from the filmmaker of Moana and Big Hero 6.
Oh, okay. Okay. I really wanted to see Pinocchio though, but since I
it's
canceled
about
my
hunters
Netflix.
who hunt this like really big these monsters in the sea, and then obviously there's like this
Way of
kid
water.
that comes along and there's shenanigans and
Sounds like Avatar
you
2.
the monsters not really monsters.
The sea beast. Okay, interesting.
Yeah, it's really good though. Like I watched it recently. I'm like, oh,
Okay.
why did I sleep on this movie? This is really good.
Just never heard of it. Wow. Well,
Yeah, yeah.
that'll come out in July.
Well, it's a Netflix original. That's why it probably went under the
Yeah.
radar. But I think
Yeah.
it's like probably like
It looked
DreamWorks
really
or
well
someone.
animated, though.
Yeah, no, it's really pretty to look at. And it surprised me as well. Like I saw it with my wife, and we both had a decent time. I mean, it wasn't like one of my favorite movies, but I enjoyed watching it, and I would personally say it's worth a watch.
Okay.
And also, another fan favorite on my fourth on my list. It was really surprising to me. Is Peacemaker. If you guys didn't watch it, it's on HBO Max. Season 1 came out in January, and John Cena as Peacemaker did a hell of a job.
Hmm.
Oh, with the whole wisecracking jokes and that scene where he named everybody who should be like under the alias for his father. It goes on and on and on, and Hardcore is fine. And out of like the whole like gags and the whole violent nature of the show really sets in tone to what the Suicide Squad did last year, and it all puts in. And also it's a James Gunn film, so he just had to come back to DC. Did his Peacemaker film, and now he's the head. But I think those are about top. I
That's
did
not my
have some
cup of
Marvel
tea.
shows as well, Marvel movies, but I'm a DC at heart, and so I have to put on a little bit of DC. You know what I'm saying?
Throw your dog the invisible bone.
I will agree with that though, because like I mean, I really wanted to see what they would have done with like a second season, but honestly, I mean, I
think they're
hope
still
so,
working
'cause,
on it. Anything that's been
greenlit
announced,
it, I thought,
yeah,
but I know
anything that's been kind of announced already and already put some money into it, they're pretty much still doing. They're just not probably going to go anywhere after that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It should get us one more season though. It was great. That was one of my dad's favorite things of the year.
Yeah, it was
I
well made.
It was not something I wanted to watch. Peacemaker and
Oh yeah, it's pretty gross.
in Suicide Squad, so there was no way I'm gonna watch a show just about him. So I stayed away from
They
that.
do a good job with it, with his character.
Yeah,
And
they did.
It also shows John Cena's actually like acting chops. It's
Yeah, he's
one
pretty
of the
good at
first
it.
few times that you're like, wow, this guy given some material, he could actually go somewhere. In my opinion, like he actually is capable of giving a good performance.
Yeah. At least I will say, like I said, as the action figure guy.
Oh, I have
like
it in my hand.
Yeah, I have. I always have. Those will be my my first two wrestling figures that I ever owned. Would be Peacemaker and Black Adam. Those are the first two wrestler figures I've ever owned.
I guess my first one would technically be Drax because of Batista.
There we go.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. Oh my gosh. Oh my god, that's right.
That changes
It
things.
is. Holy shit.
But me, man, there was so much good stuff that come. Granted, there was a decent amount of pretty bad stuff, but there was a lot of good stuff, honestly, that came out this year. Like so much stuff that a bunch of stuff I haven't even gotten a chance to get around to, because we've been just bombarded with stuff. I guess a lot of it was from moved over from 2020 when we got delays and they kind of got pushed back, and then they're all just starting to just not just games but movies and TV shows are all just starting to like shoot out of a freaking cannon. Like I mean, animation, we had Smiling Friends, we had Peacemaker, Moon Knight, a bunch of other stuff. Movies. I mean, we had the Guardian special. That was pretty good. So it made it really hard to come up with the list for me personally. Some of the stuff that I thought was going to make it, like the Batman, unfortunately got booted off, as amazing as it is. even though I thought that was going to be top number one. But if I had to choose 3 right now, I actually had one for each thing. So my third favorite thing this year probably had to be Better Call Saul season 6.
I gotta watch that.
I've
Yeah,
heard
that thing
great
just
things about it.
it was amazing. I watched I think season 5, kind of like binge watch it to get to season 6 again, and it's just amazing. It's very well written. It ties its own show. It ties Breaking Bad's universe up in a pretty little bow, and it just gets you to see these characters in a different light, in both types of excuse me, both types of series, and it just elevates it. It's the one time that I think a prequel has justified itself in existing and being like, when I first started it, I was like, why should we even care? We know where it's going to end up. But man, was I wrong. That thing, Vince Gillian and the crew did an amazing job, and it made my top 3 of this year. As far as my second choice, I thought this one was going to be my first choice, but that would be Everything Everywhere All at Once. Mr. Oinman knows that I do not tend to like A24 movies. It is very rare.
Why?
It is very rare. Most of the ones that I've seen, I was like, I don't. These aren't
Too whack.
Yeah, they.
Have you seen mid-90s?
I feel like, which one?
Mid-90s is great.
Mid-90s?
No, I never even heard of that one. That's like the Sea Beast for me, I guess.
Sea Beast? What?
But Everything Everywhere All at Once. It was definitely something that like took me by surprise. It was funny. It was heartfelt. I got teary-eyed multiple times, and it was just one hell of a ride. I thank Mr. Oyman for being persistent and making me watch it, because it was definitely, up until then, my favorite thing coming out of this year. Like you said, Short Round was amazing. The whole cast just brought everything in such a unique and fun experience, that it was definitely something I would highly recommend people to go watch. Because fantastic movie. But the only thing that managed to knock it off for me, and it came right at the end, is God of War Ragnarok.
God of War.
Yeah, that game was holy. It was holy shit. The just everything I wanted from the sequel and more. As soon as I started it in early November, when I picked it up, that whole month when I wasn't doing chores or like on vacation and such like that, it would consume my time. Before I knew it, we were already halfway through freaking December. I don't know where the time went, but as soon as I would get home, turn on the PlayStation, and I would get sucked into that world to where I do not know literally where the time went. And I platinumed it, I 100%ed it. I just could not get enough of the game. It had a beautiful story, a beautiful conclusion to Kratos' overall, not just from the Norse saga, but for the Greek saga. It had awesome combat, amazing score, like two guys that went harder than they even needed to and had no business making fire-ass scores, was Michael Giacchino with like the Batman and Bear McCreary for God of War Ragnarok. Those are two albums that I still listen like almost on a daily basis to this day. So that is my number one. If you have a PlayStation and you do not play God of War Ragnarok this year or early next year, I don't know what you're doing. You need to go out there, buy this game. It's worth every single penny. And I'm going to just let Homelander explain what I thought of this game.
I gotta tell you, it was perfect. Perfect. Everything, down to the last.
Oh, God.
Are you by the piano, Mr. Oyman?
No.
What the hell? I guess you're on your phone. I was about to be like, how the hell are you playing piano? Oh, okay. I was like, how the hell are you playing a piano while you're on the laptop? Man,
I'm on
there's
my
multi.
on my iPad. That's why.
All right, so let's go ahead and do some
Oh.
speed runs here too. Like, let's have some honorable and dishonorable mentions.
Oh,
We'll end on a high note. So, dishonorable mentions. What is one of the worst pieces of entertainment
Ooh.
that you guys have
Ooh.
seen this year? Go first, Mr. Joestar.
I think we all know which one it would be, but that would be Mrs. Marvel.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
it's like the biggest
Yeah, I
pile
can kind
of
of agree
shit
with that.
I have ever seen, and I'm like so big on Marvel, where honestly even JT had it going on, where he's just like, I've just given up on hope and everything else, and I'm like, oh my god, like I don't want to agree to that because I still want to have hope, but still, it was just a big pile of shit. Like,
Had so
oh
much
my god,
potential, but fell so
yeah.
short.
So damn short. I mean, it didn't really hit the
Started off
radar,
great.
and that's like, yeah, and that's the sad part is just like they boosted it up those first 2 episodes. You're like, okay, cool, but then like it just went so downhill so fast, and just cramming everything. It was just so cringy because having to see that once a week and having to wait for it, like you told me, like basically I waited that whole week just for like a big pile of dog shit. Like it was just so stupid. I can't really even fathom them doing that, but I hated the fact that also with like the She-Hulk was just it was good all in one go, but separating it like that was just so stupid too. Like I don't know what they need to do, but they need to stop doing with the whole 1 week thing, because honestly it's not really helping them. It's just stupid, but that's of course my opinion, not theirs. I mean, they make
What?
more money off of my opinion, so
It
like
works for
whatever.
certain characters, like Moon Knight. It handled that pretty well, I thought. I thought
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
got doing
Yeah.
it on a weekly basis didn't hurt that show too much.
Not Miss Marvel, not She-Hulk.
Yeah, Miss Marvel and She-Hulk.
Marvel and She-Hulk just did not work out.
No. What
Don't
about?
miss that ass though.
Ah, shit. What about you, JT? What would be one of the worst pieces of media that you've seen this year, or played?
Actually,
What?
yes.
Could you hear us?
Yeah, he was going. And you
Oh
said,
yeah, sorry, I paused.
No.
Actually,
I
for
said
me,
or game or like movie, TV
Oh.
show. I didn't
Oh.
say wait.
I think for me is the Oscars. Yes, I really think because I never seen anything like that in a award show, and I thought they were scripted, but apparently it was not, and it was just like, dude, it was just a joke. I kind of get it that that's your wife. I get it, but can you just take a joke? But again, with the whole slap, it kind of put the whole award show and the whole entertainment,
celebratory thing.
yeah, like industry to a halt because okay, so we
Made
can't
even
make.
worse that he won an Oscar after doing it.
I know,
Yeah.
right?
That was the
So
worst part.
anyway,
Yeah.
because I don't normally watch the Oscars. I watch it because some of the movies I might not seen, I might want to see down the road. But that was just an embarrassment for us as a country, man. Like, dude, you can't do that on stage.
In a
Really?
professional setting.
Yeah.
Yes.
He was trying to turn that into like WWE, man.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, but yes, and also I have to say Miss Marvel as well. That was trash. And of course, and this whole like what Marvel's doing in this year, they try to put a smiley face on it, but at the same time,
Had some
it
hits.
didn't really affect me, so to speak. But that's either near or there, right? That's either near or there because I'm talking positive about Marvel. Marvel is doing his well-being, and next year is going to be even more productive with Loki season 2 and all that jazz.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So the Slap and Miss Marvel are the most dishonorable mention. Also, Dominion, I've heard, sucks balls because it was about bugs, not particularly dinosaurs.
that one
So
wasn't
something needs to get chewed up or something, thrown in the trash or something this year.
All
some
right,
cool
and
thing,
how
yeah.
about you,
I
Miss
think I've
Cap?
seen
What would be your one of your mentions?
I think has already been said. You know, Captain Marvel, really? Yeah, Miss Marvel.
So bad, it's still the worst movie of the year.
You know, but still, really, if I invested, I won't invest myself in it. So it's not anything that I like kind of push through. Be like, maybe you'll get better, maybe you'll get better, except for the Marvel stuff. But like, nothing out there that I've seen this year that I remember that I'm like, I did not like that. Unless you count an older movie that I finally saw for the very first time this year and was like,
What was that?
not great. Napoleon Dynamite.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I
haven't really
did not enjoy. JT can attest to that. I was just like halfway through the movie. I was just like, why am I watching this? This is
Yeah.
not great. It's a niche
Well,
cult classic, but it was just not a good cult classic to me.
well, I mean, like that movie came out such a long time ago. We were all kids around that time, so that's why it was funny because it was stupid. You know what I'm saying? Like that was the only
Yeah.
defense that I can give that because if I watched that now, I'm pretty sure I'd be like, Jesus Christ, what the fuck is wrong with this kid?
Yeah.
But when I was a kid, like, I mean, I didn't really care for it because, like, my friends were all about it. It was like, oh, have you seen Napoleon Dynamite? It's like
Yeah,
the
I
best
never watched
movie of
it.
the. They're like, it's the best movie of the year and all that stuff. And I'm like, okay, well, let's take a gander. And you watch it, and you're just like, what the hell? Then again, though, I thought a little bit differently than my friends. But I mean, I still love them, but they
Well,
were into more stupid shit.
I
I mean,
personally-
we did. To
I
paint a
pers-
picture, we were the kids that copied Jackass. Not all of those things, but I'm just saying we would just do stupid shit.
I feel
And
like
we'd
I've
be like,
watched
Jackass. Yeah.
I've
So,
watched
anyway.
Napoleon Dynamite twice, and I still like in my whole life, and I still don't know what exactly that movie is even about. Like, if you were to ask me,
Yeah.
I'm like, I
Yeah.
can't tell you honestly. I cannot tell you what the hell it is.
What
I
it
just
is.
know it's
Is it
about
like
that.
a coming of age story?
It's
I don't
about a
know.
kid who has Down syndrome and has tater tots in his pocket,
Draws
and has
library.
like, yeah, he's just got that extra chromosome. It's okay. It's fulfilling that way. I thought
Alright.
that's what it was. I thought that's what it was. I thought it was
Oh,
because
oh,
it was
yeah,
trying
he
to
didn't
portray.
have Down syndrome. He was
No.
a normal, quirky kid that just,
Oh, well.
didn't give a shit about anything.
Oh
Who
well, I
loved
mean,
tater
like,
tots.
Was he on the
would
spectrum?
it have?
Yeah, he was
would
probably in
it-
today's standards autistic. Back then, that
Yeah.
wasn't really a thing, but in today's standards, he probably would be on some sort of the
on
Well,
that
not
autism
Down
spectrum,
scale.
syndrome though, but some kind
Not
of.
mean,
Down
like-
syndrome, no.
I thought that's what it was. I thought that like he was kind of like a special kid. Like I thought he had like Down syndrome or something. They're trying to portray that, but I don't know what he had. I was just
He's
kind of
just
like,
autistic,
oh,
probably.
no, okay. Well, I mean, either way, I've had to do some work
Yeah.
with like autistic children too. So I just like I didn't want to like put a label on it, but
Oh, yeah.
I thought it was just like he was like a special kid and like he was trying to live his life as best as he could, and I was just like, okay, well, I could see that, but man, people just thought well, my friends thought it was just so funny, and like I was just kind of like, I don't really see it that funny, but okay.
All right. Before we get to Mr. Oyman's and mine's dishonorable mentions, so far it seems like Miss Marvel is the one racking up the shit points. So if you agree, audience out there, that Miss Marvel is complete dog shit, hit that like button. If you don't hit anything. But carry on, Mr. Oyman. What about you?
Keep talking for a second.
All right. I don't know. Well, let's see. Let's wait for a
Sorry, I'm
minute.
peeing.
Ah, jeez, Mr. Oyman.
Way to make it out.
I guess we're gonna have to bide some time.
Right at the right.
Because
Because
Mr. Oyman has to take a leak. God damn
Goddamn
it,
it,
Mr.
Mr.
Oyman.
He has divine power. He's got the divine power. He can turn water.
You over
He can turn
here
water into pee.
wasting
Wasting
everybody's
everybody's
time.
town.
You better be repentant.
Jesus.
Speaking of piss poor, the worst piece of shit was.
Mr.
Mr.
Oyman.
Oyman.
Oh,
Oh,
Okay, so
if you're
you're
gonna pee, go ahead and mute your mic.
mic.
so I gotta say besides Morbius is the obvious answer. I'm not gonna go with Morbius just because it's its own entirely different thing. But
Ah,
for me, most disappointing movie of the year, definitely was Don't Worry, Darling. I thought this movie had a lot of
Yeah.
potential, and I actually did watch it twice because Florence Pugh is so goddamn good in that movie. It does not deserve her performance. But from being pretty disappointed the first time and watching it again, and then I was like actively hated it while throughout. It just is not a good movie in some
No.
ways, which is too bad because I loved Booksmart and I think Olivia Wilde had potential. She let the behind the scenes drama get to the best of her, and she delivered a pretty shitty product, I thought.
Yes, yes. Especially with her and Harry Styles, and it was like pretty sad.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
and then besides that, there were some other. Yeah, I think we already said like Miss Marvel. I watched. What do you call it? Rob Zombie's Monsters movie, and Lindsay Lohan's
man.
Falling for Christmas.
Oh no, that looked terrible. That looked awful. That didn't even look like a Hallmark movie.
They were so awful that they were pretty damn funny unintentionally. When they tried to be funny, they were absolute cringe. But when they were trying hard, which wasn't really at all, it was so hilarious, dude. They were so fucking bad. Both of them. Just so like they were like new levels of bad. I mean, the Lindsay Lohan Christmas one was just like every other cheesy Hallmark Christmas movie, but Rob Zombie's The Munsters was just holy hell. What the fuck did I sit through? Oh my god. And then the ending.
What a shame.
The ending was the worst ending to anything I've ever seen, probably ever, and it was so hilarious. It had the funniest post-credit scene or mid-credit scene, and that like animated credits start, and then all of a sudden, right before you go to the scrolling credits, there's like this boom sound, and they show the house, and you're like, oh shit, there's a mid-credit scene, and then it's just more credits rolling, so nothing happened. It was hilarious.
Wow.
Wow.
But,
Yo,
yeah.
We should. I mean, he did have some. I could at least redeem that though, because he did make like a good Halloween one.
I haven't seen those Halloween movies. I actually haven't seen a lot of Rob Zombie movies. I just haven't. I don't know. I haven't gotten to them yet. I've seen, I've seen Lords of Salem, and I think I saw the Cannibal movie, but I was really stoned, so I don't remember it that well.
The Cannibal?
Green Inferno.
That was Eli Roth.
Yeah,
Oh,
Elon
okay.
Musk,
No
man.
wonder. Okay.
Oh.
No wonder.
Didn't you do Devil's Rejects and
Yeah, House of a Thousand Corpses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that was him. All right, I haven't seen that.
Yeah. And then like what was it? I think there was the third Devil's Rejects movie.
Yeah, there was a third one. I can't remember what it was. It came out like last year.
He did the music video segment in the Beavis and Butthead movie, the first one.
Oh,
nice.
was that this year, Mr. Oyman?
No.
Yes,
The
it
new
was.
Yeah,
Beavis
that
and
was one of
Butthead?
my favorites of this year.
Oh,
too.
that
Yeah,
one was
Beavis and
great.
Butthead, that was
That's
this
an
year.
honorable mention. That's an honorable mention. If you love Beavis and Butthead, this new movie is incredible. It hits the humor that Beavis and Butthead hit just so perfectly. But
Guess what, motherfucker?
Morbius survived somehow. It was not anyone's worst movie, and I guess we should have gotten the clip
That's
of.
because I still haven't seen it, so I can't call it the worst movie, but I've never seen it.
Yeah, but even
It's a morbtastic movie.
Wow, I
Did
should have
not
gotten
get-
that clip of Milo dancing and shit like that,
Yeah,
because
exactly. It at least had that.
he
scene.
survived.
Milo
He survived.
Milo dancing was way better to watch than fucking Harry Styles dancing in Don't Worry, Darling.
Oh no.
So I would give the edge to. I'd put Morbius over that movie.
Oh my god.
Yeah, because on my list, well, we all know where this is going. My worst thing would probably have to be She-Hulk. That one, it was literally one of the worst things I have ever seen in my life. I rarely do I give up on something, and that show made me not only give up on it, but almost made me give up on Marvel entirely. I didn't think certain, like, it was an accumulation of things, but that was just, man, it was one of the, not just this year, but in a long time, one of the worst things I have seen in my life. It just did not hit on any sense of the level. Even when Daredevil Charlie Cox was there, it still didn't even elevate to great levels. It was, for me, once again, The Rock will tell.
And I've got to say, in all honesty, it's the biggest piece of dog shit.
Yeah, that's all I have to say about that one. But so before we go, let's end on good notes. Let's go through a couple of categories.
Honorable mentions.
Honorable mentions,
I have
like
a good
in
honorable
terms of.
mention.
Yes, honorable mention. I do.
Quite a few.
All right, so do you guys want to do like genres, or do you guys just want to list a couple movies? Like, you want to say like best animated, best horror project, regardless. Again, that could be TV show,
Ooh.
movies, or video games. Like, let's go with best horror. Anything that you guys seen this year that you guys would want to give a shout out to?
I saw a lot of really great horror movies.
I don't do horror, so that's not my category.
A shout out to Speak No Evil. This movie was so messed up and so beautifully like acted and directed.
Speak
You can
No
see it on
Evil?
Shudder.
Okay.
It's called Speak No Evil. What made it so great as like a horror movie is that everything about it is 100% realistic. Like I could almost completely see the situation happening. It happens in like, I want to say Holland, with like a Dutch family that's like staying with this guy's friend, and the basic premise of it is that they're too nice to say no to things that they should be saying no to when visiting this family. And then just the way it escalates and ends, it's like messed up, but it is a very, very good movie.
Yeah,
And
but
there's like, oh, go ahead.
Sorry, I think for me the best horror movie / comedy movie is Barbarian.
Yeah.
It's an
That's it.
underrated horror movie of the
The thing was
year.
weird.
I did not expect nothing of it. Like the first 10 minutes, I was like, okay. Then like from then on, it's just bonkers. It is better than Malignant, in my opinion.
Oh yeah.
Of how everything
Oh yeah,
was handled.
no, not even close on
Not
that.
even
You know,
close, yeah.
Barbarian was like the underrated, most enjoyable movies of the year.
I gotta watch that. I gotta watch that because like that's on my list, and I keep forgetting to watch it. And like even my brother was telling me that same thing too. He was like, "It is damn good." I was like, "Really?" And I'm surprised because like I just saw that Terrifier.
Yeah, I was gonna name that one, Terrifier 2.
Well, I haven't seen the second one, but I did
Oh,
see
you
the
saw
first one
Okay.
because it's on Tubi, and that was something else. Because I will say it was pretty gory. And I don't think I've ever seen a woman being sawn in half. Like that was pretty odd.
Yeah, it was pretty.
Yeah, and she was
upside
like,
down. The second one was pretty. Yeah, the second one was good though. There were a good number of, I don't know, good horror movies this year. Like whether it was Nope. Obviously Pearl was kind of a horror movie, but not as much as its predecessor, which was X. There was Men. Men was pretty creepy. Prey was kind of a horror movie. I really liked Prey quite a bit.
Yeah,
and
that one
Smile
surprised
actually
me.
scared the shit out of me. I loved Smile.
Yeah, I was surprised with both Prey and Smile. I would have to put those two as my honorable mentions for the horror category. They weren't what I would consider like amazing, but they were a good time. They were definitely surprising. I thought they were going to be pretty bad, both of them. Especially Smile. Those whoever was in charge of making the trailers for those needs to get fired because they did no favors for that movie. It was a lot better than the trailers put it out to be.
So much better.
But Mr. Oyman, how could you forget the straight to Peacock streaming Kevin Bacon They movie?
Oh god.
Yeah, I haven't gotten to that one.
No, that one just that
I
one
did
sounded
see,
pretty bad.
Greg Sestero's directorial debut was called Miracle Valley, and it was kind of a horror movie, I guess. But yeah, it was pretty bad.
Who's
Greg? Oh, sorry. So Greg Sestero is the guy who plays Mark in The Room.
Oh, jeez.
Oh,
What?
really?
Yeah. He directed his first movie. It came out this year called Miracle Valley, and
Why would you think that was going to be good at all?
No, it was because it was hilariously bad. It was very, very fun. It was not good, but it was very fun. And then I was pretty disappointed with Scream. I did not like Scream much. I preferred Halloween Ends over the Scream 5.
Really?
All right.
Yeah,
So
I wasn't.
let's do each one more, because I know, Miss Cap, you don't do horror. The rest of us went. So let's do one more honorable mention, and this could be on any genre, on anything, whether it be action, horror, TVs,
anime,
anything like
TV.
that. Yeah, anime, anything
If you
like
got
that.
anime,
Ooh, anime.
Yeah, it's free game. The last honorable mention
Alright.
before we call it a night.
all right. Two. Because since you mentioned anime, I have to give it to Spy X Family. However you say it. That shit is so good and so darn cute. It is so good. Like it's an assassin and a spy and a telepath all live together. so good, and it's amazing. Like I read all the mangas to the most recent one, and so like I read it up there before the anime came and then it came out, and like oh, it is so beautifully done. I like
Yeah.
it is so good.
Mhm.
First season is almost done. I think we have like 1 or 2 more episodes left, but like it's so well done. My second one is it hasn't technically officially come out yet, but me and JT saw it on Thanksgiving break. But Glass Onion.
Yes.
It officially
Oh, I'm gonna
on
watch that
Friday,
this weekend.
but I had like Glass Onion was really well done. Like Knives Out, like amazing. Glass Onion also amazing. Like
They were both equally
so
great.
done.
Both.
I don't want to be like dumb, but is that an anime? I don't know.
Oh no, it's
No,
Knives
No,
Out.
it's Knives Out sequel
It's
with
from Knives
Daniel
Out
Craig.
sequel.
I don't know. Like, I mean, that's why I asked. Don't get
Yeah, 'cause
don't
it's
get
a
offended.
Netflix movie, and they
No,
suck at marketing their movies.
It's a Knives Out sequel
TV?
to and it was really well done. Like watching on the big screen, I can't wait to watch it again when it comes out on Friday, and like pick it apart. Like it is really well done.
So like the one before it was Knives Out.
Yeah.
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 Okay, I've never seen that one either. I don't know. No,
The
I'm sorry.
recurring
I'm making.
character was
Murder mystery.
Daniel Craig's character. Yeah. LeBlanc. Blanc. Yeah.
Blanc.
LeBlanc.
LeBlanc.
Sorry, I was just I was writing these down because I do want to see new stuff because like I really don't know what to watch. Like I mean, you guys are the best to just refer stuff, and you guys like almost the exact same stuff that I do. So like that's why I'm writing stuff down. Sorry.
Yeah, Knives Out, or watch Knives Out first, and then watch Glass Onion.
Okay.
Both, but Glass Onion is only on Netflix though. So if you want to, we can like set up something. We can go watch it together at my place or something.
Yeah, I mean, like my parents have that too. Like I don't mind. I usually go there every Saturday so I can wash clothes. And
Well, to be fair
while we're
though,
there,
if you watch it with Mr. Oyman and us, you'll be seeing it on like the middle ground between TV and theater. He's got a nice theater room set up. It's like a projector.
Fancy.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. But moving on, JT, what are your honorable mentions?
I know that this has been said this before about Mr. Oyman, but I'll say it again. X and Pure. If you guys enjoy just cinema and a well-crafted story of a prequel and a sequel, so to speak.
Pieces.
Yes, character development, X and Pearl is the way to go. It's not for everybody. X is not for everybody.
Pearl's a little more acceptable than X.
Yeah, but Pearl is a lot more thought-provoking than people expect. But those are my honorable mentions. In terms of the anime, like Miss Cap said, Spy X Family is great. And also, there's another honorable mention I'm watching right now. It came out this year. All of Us Are Dead. It's a Korean zombie series. It's on Netflix. I just started watching it tonight, and it looks very promising. And so I will continue to watch before the end of the year. So.
Hey, so is X like a prequel to Pearl? Is that what you're saying?
Vice versa.
Yeah, vice versa.
So it's Pearl and then it's X.
Yes. But X came out first, so it's kind of confusing.
Okay. No, I'm just sorry. Like I said,
And then there will be a third one next year called Maxine.
Maxine, Jesus. Okay. Oh, wait a second. Is Pearl the one with like the one with the chick and the scarecrow?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's down dirty with a scarecrow.
Yes, she does.
What? Oh. I'm gonna watch it.
What the fuck is that?
It's strange.
Aren't they both like on HBO?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
I think X
I bought
is, though.
Pearl on Blu-ray though.
But
okay.
Johnny Joestar, what would be your honorable mentions?
Oh, my honorable mention. Shit, I wasn't even thinking about them. I was just writing stuff down. As far as it goes, I will say Family X Family, another one though. It's a good anime show. I still can't remember the name. Please help me out there, JT and Cap. What was the one with the smiling masks?
Yes, High Rise
the one
Invasion.
that's on Netflix High Rise Invasion.
Yes. High Rise Invasion. I thought that show was really good. Definitely was one of the ones that like I was having a blast with. It was a bit short, but still like really cool because like I mean I love those like whole like shows where they just kind of drop people in somewhere and then they don't really know what to do because I mean you don't know what's going on and neither do they, and by each episode you kind of figure out what the whole like the whole plot is in this whole like story, which is just a survival. And to be honest, it's really well done. I really do feel like they have like so many different character developments, and there's like a lot of plot twists because with in between characters, how some people know other characters but they don't really remember them because they're wearing masks and stuff. If you haven't seen it, definitely go watch it. I will say,
Very good
one,
bingeable thing.
yeah,
It's very
yeah.
bingeable.
Yeah, and I will agree. Another one that you did say before, Cap, was Wednesday. Wednesday was really well done. Definitely, definitely like seeing Christina Ricci back again, not play
cool.
as Wednesday. Yeah, but I thought it was really cool. I thought it was really badass. I really did enjoy the fact that they brought her back in. If you have not seen that show, see it because everything is really cool. Definitely agreed with even what Mr. Oyman said. It was just kind of like one of those murder mysteries, and I enjoyed every bit of it because I love murder mysteries. Really good stuff.
You'll really like last
Eh,
night.
Quick question though, if I don't care at all for Adam's Family, I never really could get into
Oh, dude,
them.
it's a
Is
good
it-
show
Yes.
regardless.
Still a
Yes.
good show either way, yeah.
Because mainly
Yeah.
because of the main girl, like she is so good.
Jen
in it.
Ortega
Yeah.
plays Wednesday. I mean, gosh.
I mean, I've never
Yeah.
been a big fan of Adam's Family. I've watched the shows and movies and even seen it on stage, and it's an okay, like, you know, it's not really my thing, but this is easily my favorite thing I've seen from Adam's Family.
And I didn't even know that she was like a telepath. Or-
I think
like
that they added in with the supernatural element.
Yeah. And like that
werewolves
was
and
that
people.
like that was really cool because like I mean they gave it an extra boost because I mean you don't really know anything about the Addams Family, like there are other monsters and stuff, and they included new things in this because I know that there was no mention of werewolves or anything in before in the other movies that I've seen of the Addams Family or
Now,
shows.
Adam's Family is just like they're the opposite of a normal family,
Yeah.
and not
Yeah.
necessarily supernatural,
Yeah.
like they
Yeah.
portray in this show.
Yeah, they make it a
Yeah.
little bit more supernaturally than it normally is, but like the hand thing has always been a thing in the no pun intended, always been a thing.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like X-Men. It's like X-Men, but more of a Tim Burton-y supernatural kind of take on it because they're all like kids with powers and abilities out of school, and it's like they're all dysfunctional, but they do a
Oh,
lot.
also another honorable mention. I'm sorry, Top Gun Maverick.
Yeah,
I saw it in
Oh, I have
theaters.
to watch that
Oh
still.
my god,
yeah,
it was great.
for sure. Looking forward to watching that one again. I've only seen it once. I do want to name just a couple of honorable mentions before we leave. I know we're almost over with, but some of the best TV shows that I've seen this year, some really strong TV seasons, whether it was like Stranger Things season 4 or Barry season 3, The Boys season 3,
Oh,
House
The
of the
Boys.
Dragon season 1, Peacemaker season 1, Andor season 1. Currently I'm watching Doom Patrol and it's awesome. Yeah, there have been some TV shows that have disappointed, but and then I'm sure once I see Better Call Saul season 6, I'll probably put that one in this list too.
Dude,
It's
you
been a
need to finish
strong
that.
ass year.
Yeah, no, like I
need to
said,
find it.
it's there's a lot of fucking shit that came out this year. And my honorable mentions would be I would have to say 2 games and 1 movie real quick. One game is Stray. As a cat guy, I definitely you play as a cat in a cyberpunk world, and it had a very
I'll have to
solid
get that game.
It had a very solid story. It was fun. It was short and sweet. And it definitely, even though the characters don't speak English and you're a damn cat, you actually feel connection to some of these characters. And they did a wonderful job. It's definitely worth checking out. Another one is Horizon Forbidden West. That one is probably the most beautiful game I have ever seen to this day. And it had a fun story. It had updated mechanics. Like, they took criticism that they got from the first game and elevated it for the sequel. And it was definitely something that's worth mentioning. And my final honorable mention is Robert Eggers' The Northman.
The Northman.
Yes, the Northman.
That thing was brutal. It's a retelling of basically Hamlet, but in like Norse times, and it's violent. It's well acted, and it's just a really badass movie. I definitely would not feel right not mentioning it on this stream because it was fantastic.
My first movie I saw of the year before the year started.
Yeah.
Oh, Northman?
Yeah, The Northman. Yeah. Definitely add that to your list, Mr. Joestar.
Viking, revenge tale, and it was awesome.
Okay. I do like Hamlet. I know it's kind of hard to follow when you read it, but
it's like based off the tale that inspired Hamlet with Shakespeare, so it's like goes way, way back, and it is a little bit easier to follow than Hamlet for sure. It's same basic gist, but it's cool.
All right. Well, if you are listening to us before you leave, if it's your first time here or your second or third, whatever time it is, do give us another chance and hit that subscribe button and get a notification when we do go live next time, which will be sometime next year since the holidays are coming up these next couple weeks. But I do appreciate y'all stopping by, hitting the like button if you did, and sharing us out. That way we could get more people on here and all interact in the comments section, because we definitely do like reading your comments out on the stream and answering them and just making you all part of the conversation. Of course, I would like to thank you guys, the panel. I feel like we had a fantastic stream today. Lots of reminiscent of the good stuff that came out this year, and we try to keep it all the bad stuff to a minimum. That way we could end the year on a positive note. Thank you guys again for stopping by. So let me go ahead and get one more guest in to kind of cap off the year.
Oh, God. Which president is it going to be?
I don't know. Oh. Wait. All right. Oh, there I am. So it was a wonderful year this year. Definitely a lot of good movies, TV shows, and video games. And we had a fantastic year on this YouTube channel. I would like to thank everyone for stopping by. I would like to thank you, Miss Cap, JT, Johnny Joestar, and most of course, my co-host, Mr. Orman. By the way, this is Morty. I'm now the president. And without you guys, we wouldn't have had this fantastic year with a bunch of wonderful conversations. Even though I lost some hope towards the end. But why do we fall? So we can learn to pick ourselves back up. Batman Begins. That being said, there is a lot to look forward in the horizon with 2023. We got wonderful stuff. Like, we'll figure out what the hell the Flash is. We'll get Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. And we'll get a sequel to PS4's Spider-Man 2018 with Spider-Man 2 in the fall of 2023. And countless of other shows, movies, and games to keep ourselves entertained. So be sure to hit that subscribe button so that you can keep up with all these latest news and our thoughts on all things entertainment. So, for this year, 2022, we'll cap it off. Happy holidays, Happy New Year, and everybody enjoy time with your loved ones. Bye-bye.
Who the hell is that?
Yeah, I have no idea. It sounded kind of like Morgan Freeman, but not really.